Welcome back to the channel. Now it seems as if the rumors are true and that people, members of the government, are planning to become members of the opposition, and that leaders of the government have known this for quite some time and have what some would consider as a contingency plan. Now, does this also mean that statements are true? That members of the JLP have given members of the PNP information about the IC investigation? Yeah, I'm going to hear a lot and they will continue the reasonation. Look and listen.
Remember this, you know? Let me give you the history. When Comrade Portia Simpson Miller won in 2011, December 29, in her inaugural speech in January 2012, she said, time come now. And Holy Founder there knows how Portia start the time come argument. She said, time come now to get rid of Queen. And Mark Golding, as our Justice Minister, put together some bills because we wanted to get rid of the Queen and we wanted to get rid of the Privy Council. Andrew Holness decided that if one of the senator them thinks them bad and go vote for the PNP to get CCJ, he make sure that he get them to sign one thing named undated resignation letter. Him write the resignation letter and don't put the date on it and get them to sign it and say, if you don't ever get up and go vote for CCJ, we are going to just put it in your name and you're gone. One Darrell Vaz knows the labor right talk to it to them. As a matter of fact, Darrell, for sure it's a labor right talk to me. A labor right called me this morning and said, I'm going to Brace River, I must big up Andrew Holness, Juliet Holness, Andrew Wheatley, Everett Warmington, Bobby Montague, and Fly Green. He said a 6 name, we must interpret what we want from that. Hold on. And the information minister can't say nothing to me because a labor right tell me so. Me don't break no law. So she said.
I have been surprised because this government is always in a fight with the Constitution. Indeed, the tendency manifested itself from Andrew Holness was leader of the opposition when he sought to utilize pre-signed, undated letters of resignation to remove 2 of his senators. Of course, as you all know, he was the first Prime Minister to consider placing a Chief Justice on probation, thereby revealing that he does not understand how our parliamentary system is established and the critical decision to have the separation of powers embedded in our parliamentary procedure and in our Constitution. And I could go on and on. The leader of the party has already referenced the states of emergency and the way in which it has been abused by the government.
Now, if all of this is true, it does not seem far-fetched. It seems as if the government already had plans that in case you'd have some people who feel like say, you know, and remember this can be based on even political aspirations. Some people would feel like say, oh, being in the party, them now see now we are moving up. Them now see now we are becoming ministers. And if you think about it, some of these elected officials have been elected officials from 19 how long? A long time, them in politics. And of course, some people that say, you know what I mean, experience, you know, bring it wisdom. But the people must say, oh, if I years them involved in politics and the people them still a ball for better, then the people are going to say, oh, then what has been their contributions? That is debatable. But this might be the motivation of some individuals wanting to change parties. And we have seen that before. We have seen people from the PNP become members of the JLP. And we have seen people from the JLP become members of the PNP. It's not strange. And not something where, that's a gone. No, we have seen that time and time again. And of course, we have Mark Golding, I found out and I point out, say, don't be distracted. Despite what you might have heard or seen in the media, he was born and raised on the Jamaican island and has only ever worked on the Jamaican island, and him saying no plan for leave the Jamaican island. So despite we hear about the passport, he must say he has only ever worked in Jamaica. Now if people ask about what go on with the passport at that time and why him get passport at that time, if that is even true. Well, there are some people where are only when they did need a passport, them actually go get one. Even in North America, Canada, you name the places. I've met people in first world countries where they've never traveled outside of the country yet. So they have never actually needed a passport. So that could easily be one of the reasons why. But as we are talking about, with the support and the growing support for the opposition, it seems as if that not only are supporters of the government planning to support the opposition in the next general election, but there might be members of the government who are planning to also become members, or members of the governing party that are planning to become members of the opposition. What that really means for the government? Is it at this point now, or are the people at the point now where they must say, they want change? They want a better Jamaica? Are people within the governing party itself fed up with them own party? That are gone? We don't know. We see one of supporters are farmer supporters, are people who are still supporters who just feel disgruntled with the direction of the administration. We see them followed up on the media and attack. We have heard other supporters of the party who are saying that those people are not real supporters. We don't know why, but they are saying that they are still in support of the government and that the government is still indeed the better administration to lead the country forward. The people have to decide that ultimately. And of course, as we know, it's a two-party democracy. It's either the opposition or the government in power. Tell me what you think. Do you think this is proof that the administration is the better administration, seeing that you have seen what the administration has done on your part, from your point of view, and you know, say, with more time, the administration can do all of the good with them at all about? Or do you believe that with all this being said by the opposition, and what they must say now with this letter thing where certain people have to sign, is this proof that you have people, a large percentage of people, even supporters and people within the governing party now, that have started to support the opposition? The polls are show that. Remember, if the polls are show, let's say, a chart of all the people surveyed, and let's just say that's the same poll that showed the chart when the government did win, and that show say the government was in a lead, they get a landslide victory and it was in a lead in the polls. If those same polls are saying, years after that, they have spoken to the same people, and also people who have now become of age, Gen Z, new voters. Think about that. New voters. When they talk to these people are saying, yo, they're not really happy with what going on. They don't feel like the policies and the programs that are being put in place are either enough or for the people. And then believe, say, the opposition now are presenting better policies. Because remember, normally what happens is that when the government proposes something, if the opposition is not in agreement, then propose a counter to that, which is their version of that. And is it now being proven that the people are more in support of the opposition's version of the policies and programs being put forward by the government? Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Now, of course, if you're new to the channel, just a pass through. Well, click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and of course, put it on all. And this is how you know will be notified about fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and boost or share. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell them sister and them brother them to check out the channel, check out the reasoning, and also join the discussion. The comment section up 24/7. It never lack it. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, Drop your thoughts and comments, and yes, your opinions there, and we can continue the reasoning via the comment section. Now, a quick recap of the PNP is saying that letters were signed by members of the governing party just because they were in support of certain policies and programs being put in place by the opposition. Is this also proof that there's a growing support from the governing party and the government itself, who are somewhat disgruntled, not in favor of the direction the government is going in, and are seemingly in support of the opposition? Talk to me in the comment section. If you're new to the channel as I pass through, as I said, comment, subscribe. My sentiments for you and yours until